gets berated on the podcast we've created to commemorate action flicks, big horror, no tricks. John Travolta, Chuck Norris, insane clown posse, no fuss, no mercy, we discuss. Everything gets berated, no one is underrated. From the screen to the stage, except a new cage. No mercy, we engage.
Welcome to Everything Gets Berated, where we talk about everything other than indie horror and sometimes indie horror. I'm Amferny.
What is up, everybody? I am Brian with a B. You know what'd be funny is, like, what if we watch one of these movies and it's just so, I don't know, maybe amazing that it turns into an indie horror, you know?
Yeah.
There's some parts in this movie that we're going to talk about tonight that were, you know, pretty scary.
Pretty scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some near-death experiences.
Yeah. Some betrayal. Yeah, a lot of near-death experiences. So, let's freaking tonight we're talking about the classic
This is classic.
Jean-Claude Van Damme Lionheart from 1987. There's no way this came out in 87, man.
I see 90 on IMDb.
97?
90.
Oh.
90.
Dude, because that would have made us 5 years old. And like I said, when I was a kid, we were a huge, like, you know, military family. So we were raised up and being tough and fighting and martial arts. And, you know, we were in martial arts and everything like that. So every action hero from the 80s and every movie we have seen, you know, Van Damme, Seagal, Stallone, you know, Arnold, of course, everything like that we've seen. And so when it was like 87, I was like, no way, you know? So who knows?
But, yeah. So this is directed by Sheldon Lettich, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, Harrison Page, Deborah Rennard, Lisa Pelikan, and Ashley Johnson and Brian Thompson.
I know one of those people, Van Damme.
Which, interestingly enough, you know, the really big muscular dude in the suit that's with the lady.
Yeah.
That, like, he was in Mortal Kombat, the original.
Who?
I forget. Let's see. Who was he? But
that's the freaking.
He was in like the original Mortal Kombat.
What's the lotion on the skin?
Well, that's I think that's a different guy.
I don't know, man.
He was. I'm almost there. Shao Kahn.
No, he wasn't. Shao Kahn's an Asian guy.
He was Shao Kahn. That's what it says here on IMDb. Brian Thompson.
Let me look at this. Mortal Kombat cast. Here we go. The old one, though.
1997?
Yeah. Oh, he was. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a typo, man.
No, I think that's Hollywood casting. I mean, not Harrison Ford. Charlton Heston played a Mexican man. So
yeah, well, I mean,
that's Hollywood casting.
That's a lot different.
With perfect diction. I'm gonna
have to go back and watch freaking Mortal Kombat now. You know, that's
and that's even his IMDb picture is from Mortal Kombat.
That's fucking hilarious, dude. So it's him and then fucking Bolo Young are the biggest Asians in the goddamn country world. Yeah.
But okay, so how would you summarize this movie?
Basically, this dude escaped from some like military prison thing, and he's such a good guy. He gets a job the next morning manning a boat, and then he swims to New York and beats up someone his first day there. And then somehow he ends up in LA where he fights for more money, and he could have been sued. He could have sued his boss actually for sexual harassment, but he never hit it. And so then they just bet against him, and he proved them all wrong. And he is a true Cinderella story from rags to riches.
That pretty much summarizes it. I mean, because we do open the movie, and he is like, he's what, Foreign Legion. He's a Legionnaire.
Well,
that's what it's supposed to be.
No, I think the movie opened up, and there was that drug deal under the bridge.
Oh wait,
and those guys were like, "I got the money." Like it was going to be like a big, huge like purchase of drugs, and it shows him with like one bill.
Van Damme's brother, right?
Yeah.
Damme's,
but he's like, "I got the money," and you're just like, "Damn, this guy's going to probably buy thousands and millions of dollars worth of drugs." And he like went and just go buy like a dime bag. He had $1 bill on him, or like a bill on him. So like $100. You really can't buy a lot of drugs with $100. Well, I guess back in the day you could have, and they light him on fire like a cartoon. Yes. And then he runs into the brick wall. Do you remember that? He's like, ah, and then he runs into a brick wall and falls.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah. But he also does set himself up for this because he kneels down in front of the guy.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, this isn't drugs,"
Yeah.
And then what? I remember that opens up. There's also like they show his daughter, and she 100% looks like she sees dead people. Like I'm pretty sure that she is actually the first person in, the Sixth Sense as well.
Haleyana Joel Osment.
Yeah. But then it also cracked me up because it also reminded me of this time in my life that we were at that club and that guy went into the bathroom to do coke and the bouncers kicked him out and he's all pissed off. And he's like, "I go in the bathroom to do a line of cocaine and they kick me out like I'm some kind of asshole." And you're like, well, that is illegal.
I mean, you are.
So then the guy, like, somehow he's alive still after being burned, and he just starts screaming for his brother like he was the victim. He just tried to buy all those drugs under the bridge. Like, don't fucking whine about it.
At the same time, that is a pretty horrific way to live. They say there's like two types of patients that are the worst to deal with for as with the agony they go through in a hospital. If you get somebody with like a leg that's broken in multiple places and they have to do an X-fix.
Yeah, that would suck.
Like, you're a mobile person who is stuck and you can't move because the bone has to fuse back together.
Yeah.
Like the second type of person is the burn victim, because they actually say like the people that survive these, like you have to go in there and you get they call it Escher or whatever, like the extra stuff on top that you have to scrape off.
Gross.
To get down to the skin bed so it can actually heal and bring the proper type of skin in. So you actually so it rebuilds skin properly on your body. And so they have to scrub your skin. And like for the ones
that do that.
Like, for the ones that actually get burned so badly they don't have a voice, you hear this tiny, high-pitched noise out of their throat, and that's them screaming. Yeah,
like, dude, whirlpool therapy. When I told you when I was a kid, I got bit by that sand snake after the Desert Storm.
Yeah.
And like halfway up my shin and down for, I think it was 8 weeks, I'd have whirlpool therapy, dude. That fucking was traumatizing to a kid. Put your fucking foot in a whirlpool thing and the water goes so hot and spins around that it rips your skin off, and then it, you're supposed to heal up. Like, nope, that sucks. And then having, the father of the military, you're like, that's not what it meant. Doesn't hurt. You still have your leg. And you're just like, good God, I'm fucking 8 years old.
And the fact that you still have your nerve endings means that fucking hurts.
Yeah. So then it jumps into Van Damme. Yes. And what the fuck? This makes me... What is it? The French Legion or whatever the fuck it is?
The French Legion, yeah. He's a Legionnaire.
Okay. What I don't know if this is a racist slur or not, but they're a war with the Wogs.
I don't know what a wog is.
Okay. Hopefully
Never heard of one.
hopefully that's not a racist name.
Yeah, I
Just
have zero
yeah,
idea. All I know is like there was the military experience I had with the Army. Marines are worse. If you're talking about worse than the Marines, you're talking about special forces or, something like that. If you're talking about worse than that, you're talking like French Legion, Israeli military, like, countries that don't give a shit what you think. You are there to serve. You do not have rights. You've signed over your body.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to look it up, and there's a couple different words for it, but whatever.
Wog?
Yeah.
Is it WOG? I mean, if I'm looking at my
there was some
racial
that said it was
slurs
Palestine,
properly.
and then there was some that said it was, some drugs and stuff like that. So who freaking knows what kind of war was going on? But so I'm guessing he's in the French army, but like he's treated like a prisoner.
Oh, it's a racial slur used to refer in British English to Black and South Asian people.
I just don't get it. Well, if there's any Black and South Asian
I
people that were
apologize.
fighting the French Legion, in '87, we're sorry that didn't know that word.
My hat's off to you.
That's why I was like, I don't know what the hell this word is.
Now I know that I used an insulting term. Okay.
No, I don't think so. Because there were some other ones that said it was a war with comedians to be able to use words. And there were some that it was a war on drugs. So who fucking knows?
I don't know. But so he finds out about his brother. He's asked to go home.
But he found out his brother 2 weeks later.
Well, yeah, because this is the 90s. They didn't have email. You'd send a letter.
No, the guy held it.
The guy held it.
Okay, 2 weeks. And he's like, this said you've had it for 2 weeks. And the guy's like, excuse me. He's like, well, we still want to give it to you. You're so close to ending. You've got 6 more months. And he's like, my brother could be fucking dead by now, And so then they're just like, oh, you know what you need? And like they were making him do all this like hot manual labor in the middle of the desert and everything.
Oh yeah, they're gonna put him in I forget what they call it. They're gonna put him in the box and like leave him in there.
Yeah. But then like, did you notice that when he's beating up all those people and he like escapes from them, like he jumps into the Jeep with no doors in the back passenger seat, but then he climbs up to the front? Like, why wouldn't you just jump in the front seat?
Yeah.
And then he just escapes by driving to the middle of the desert, huh?
So yeah, he just drives off and he hides from them until he can get away to a boat.
Well, I mean, I don't know how many boats there are in the middle of the desert. Probably 0.
I mean, he had to find a coast, probably.
Well, but see, this guy was a real, I don't want to say like, illegal immigrant, but he wanted to get that shit done. He literally got a job the next morning on that boat.
Yes, he did.
Like, goddamn.
Shoveling coal.
He's got to have some kind of connections, dude. There's no way that you can go to an entirely new place and you have a job in less than 2 hours.
Do you think it's like one of those things that the choice of job was like more about Jean-Claude Van Damme being like, I need to show my muscles. Right. I need to be able to take my shirt off.
Because
and I'm sweaty and glistening.
It's the bicep pose.
He needs to flex naturally without having it look douchebaggy.
Yeah. And he's like, just get me in there. He's like, just put me in the movie. Give me some hot coals and a shovel. He's like, and you're fucking get gold. He's like, you know how many women will just watch these movies because of me?
I mean, I do have to say that, like, of the action movie characters, they're normally kind of a little, hard to approach kind of people. In this one, he is a very, very likable guy.
Who, Van Damme?
Yeah. He does a really good job of being very likable.
Yeah, he's nice, he's
just a good guy.
Yeah, he just whoops everybody's asses, for the right reasons. And even when his boss tried to, get it in, he's like, nah, I'm not going
No.
to. He
I
should
need
have,
a
though.
fighter's life.
So then, I don't know where the fuck they were leaving from, but he looks off the side of this gigantic boat. And where did he say? He complained. He's like, we were supposed to go to L.A. And then this guy's like, oh, we're not going to L.A. We're going to New York. Suck a dick. Like,
Yeah.
could you fucking tell off of a coastline? Like, oh, that's not L.A. That's New York. Or, oh, that's not New York. That's Miami. Or, oh, that's not. No. You've never been to any one of those motherfucking places. Sometimes I get confused.
But maybe New York, because if you see the Statue of Liberty, how many other places have that?
Right there, the Strip.
But that's not anywhere near water.
That's 1/3. You know that the Strip Statue of Liberty is 1/3 the size of the real one.
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't like. My parents were in town, and they're like, "That's not the same size." And I was like, "What? No, it's nowhere near the same size." And so then they looked it up, and it's like it's 1/3 of the real size.
Really?
Yeah. So anyways, Van Damme, like, there's sometimes like I see a picture of like LA, downtown LA, and I was like, is that Vegas? And like I try to look for like casinos. See, I motherfucking live here. I don't even know.
There's only one movie that I was like, that's not Vegas, that's LA. It's like, that was Leprechaun 3. And it was like, we go from the Strip to this hotel with like 1,000 trees. And I was like, you've got to try harder than that. You're
If they were probably at Pachanga.
No, they were at like I forget the name of it. It was an old shut down hotel in LA. They did a bunch of shooting on the Strip, but then ended up filming the bulk of the movie in LA because it was cheaper.
Yeah. But then he jumps off a fucking big ass boat and swims to land, and he apparently landed in like Homelessville. And he already sees a bunch of homeless people fighting. But you know what was even fucked up? Was there playing like that Seinfeld song when they were fighting, like that twangy guitar? It's like, and then out of nowhere, like, why the fuck did you notice that? I'd say at least 60% of the people in that fucking fighting circle were wearing the hard hats. Like, hey, Anthony, we got off the construction, brother. What are you doing for lunch? Oh, my wife packed me a bologna sandwich. No, man, I'm talking about the homeless fights. You coming to watch the homeless fights during lunch break?
You want to go mess up a bum?
Dude, where do they get those hard hats from?
I mean, maybe they were like workers that just needed something to do during their break and didn't want to sit on the top of a building.
Yeah. Dude, so then, anyways, he fucking, goes in there and he meets that homeless black dude. And
that is, he's Lyon in this movie, but nobody can understand him. So they call him Lionheart. But that's Joshua.
Oh, the homeless guy, Josh. Yeah. So then he fights him. And then after he fights and he wins, he's like, takes him this nice ass building. But then that's where I guess I still don't believe that was Shao Kahn.
He's Shao Kahn.
That's fucking nuts. I'm going to watch that movie tonight and be like,
bruh,
what?
When I saw that, I was like, damn, he's from Mortal Kombat. I know
dude,
him.
He's from so many Cobra.
Yes,
he was in Cobra. Dude, it's like, I don't know if it's offensive or not, but like if they're like, hey man, we need a really scary looking bad guy and you look like a real piece of shit, come on and fucking be in this movie. I'd be like, I guess. What's his name? Steve Buscemi?
Yeah.
I was like, all right, we need a really creepy looking person who looks like they, actually mess with kids.
Which, he's on the 3rd season of Righteous Gemstones as the bad guy. And it's good.
Yeah, but that guy's standing way too close to fucking Van Damme, and he's biting his lower lip like, yeah, you're going to fight, baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then apparently that's just what high class does. Like dress in their like best clothes and they go stand in parking lot circles and watch homeless people fight.
Yeah, you just put on your best double-breasted suit, your best 3-piece double-breasted suit, and go to the park or on the underpass of an old freeway
Yeah.
and just watch people tear each other apart.
Yeah, because that's what you do. You for sure wouldn't want to be like in a nice restaurant having a nice
mean,
glass of anything. You want to
If
be
if that was me, I would. You know,
underground bum fighting.
I would go to underground bum fighting if I had millions of dollars.
Yeah,
No,
right?
I'm
Because
kidding.
who gives a shit?
No, I wouldn't.
So then at this point in the movie, 100% fucking Lionheart has to smell like shit.
Well, yeah, because he's been swimming in
He
like
ran away from the desert. Who knows when the last time he showered, even before he got fucked up when he was in
but
the
even though he was
military.
like just in the water, his clothes just like
Smelled like seaweed and fucking well semen, shark
well that
shit.
and that was back in the days when they used to dump waste into the water.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and then his clothes dried out, so they smell like salt. And then he just fights people, and then he's a bum. He has a shower. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn. There's rumors that like before fights, like wrestlers won't shower for a couple days before the fight, so that way
I've
it
heard
gives you
that about some UFC fights.
I wasn't
early
even thinking
fights.
UFC. I was like high school kids and shit like
In
that.
high
You're
school
just like,
wrestling, I've heard that too.
you're getting too intense, bro. You know,
I mean, you
or
could
just fight better.
Fight better so you don't have to not wash your nasty ass.
Yeah, and then you see the people that are just like they puke in the middle of the fight. There's like, dude, he fucking smells so bad. You're just like, you know what? He should be DQ'd then. You know.
Yeah.
But I do remember there was that fight where I think it was a white guy fighting that black guy, and like he punched the guy like in his stomach or something. The guy like bent over and he's like, "Let's do lunch sometime." And then like he goes around him and crunches his dick with balls, and then and Van Damme beats up that guy.
Yeah.
Which is completely nuts to me. That back in the day, excuse me, back in the day when before Dana White bought the UFC, it was like 10 people go there and you fight. If you're the first fight, then you get to take like a break before your next fight, but you're fighting multiple times tonight.
Back when you did tournaments. Yeah.
Like even in like martial arts tournaments, you fight multiple times that day,
which is insanity.
These ones, I've never been to Homeless Underground fighting before, but it seems like this guy goes on a winning streak and he's like, all right, let's fight one more time. And then he loses, so he doesn't get any money, even though he just beat up fucking 6 people before that.
Yeah.
And so that guy with the long hair, he's like, I can kick his ass. And he's like, really? And then Van Damme's like, you and me right now. And the guy's like,
Yeah. But he was tearing dudes up, and then he gets then he gets into the fighting thing with the lady and Brian Thompson, the guy that Mr. Mortal Kombat guy.
We're just calling him Shao Kahn from now on.
Shao Kahn. Well, it's better than Mr. Forehead, so
dude, that guy.
No, that guy is scary legit. I like that guy.
I wonder who would win a fight. Him or like Braddock's from like Best of the Best 2, the other big, huge white guy with blonde hair from the 80s that would just fucking murder everybody. But then, like we were talking earlier, like Van Damme was such a nice guy in this movie and everything like that. But he must have felt it. When you can just meet people and you're just like, I know you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because then every single time the woman and Shao Kahn ask him a question, the only answers he ever told them was like, none of your business. What difference does it make? It's not for you. It's for me. And they're just like, God damn, bro, we're just trying to get to know you. And he's like, mind your own beeswax, bitch. Like he just would never give them an answer,
Mm-hmm.
It was fucked up. And then
he had the correct sense about them.
Yeah. And then I liked...
He did come off a tad defensive at first, though.
Yeah. I mean, but You just saw him whoop all those people's asses. What are you going to do? Hey,
Yeah.
man, show me a little bit more respect. Oh, really? Come here and say that
You're
to my
gonna
face.
mouth off to the guy that unholsters his leg.
He
He is the weapon.
Just whooped everybody's ass. That's like the worst part. Is like I told you about that kid that always put his middle finger in people's face and then always broke his finger. And you're just like, then quit doing it.
Yeah.
It's that easy. Don't fucking do it, But like he'd always be like, oh yeah, how can we do this? She's like, bro, quit talking shit and your finger won't get broke.
Yeah, really.
Like shut the hell up, And then there was a scene too where like again, I'm not tough at all. Like I don't like fighting, anything like that. But the black guy, what was his name?
Joshua
and Lionheart go to use a payphone in like a bad area, and like,
but the thing is,
gay
like,
buff black gang comes out of a U-Haul.
Yeah, like they are.
Come on, man.
They're supposed to be a gang. They're very flamboyant.
Man, is it from the Warriors? Maybe they thought that they saw the Warriors. They're just like, look how tough those guys were. There's got to be somebody in that gang that's like, hey, Carl, like, I don't feel good wearing these clothes, man. Like,
man,
it doesn't make us look masculine.
We could go monochromatic. Less is more.
Like, haven't you ever seen fucking The Last Dragon? Let's dress up like that instead.
Almost like the Coming to America gang.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looked very overdone.
Yeah. But it's just, I don't know. What if I was like, I'm going to join a gang, Mom, and I slam the door and leave my house, and then the only gang that was still available was the gay black buff gang? Well, you got to do what you got to do, man.
But so like he takes all of them out. But Joshua helps, right?
Yeah, and then the last one just screams and runs like a bitch, and you're just like, oh, well, you just confirmed it. What?
Yeah.
And then somehow they're in L.A. Like, how the fuck did they get to L.A. all of a sudden?
No, because he makes enough money fighting. Like, because he's at that point, he's making more money per fight, right?
I have no idea. It's just
he wins a fight. That's right.
Yeah, wins one fight, and then they kind of skip, and then he's in L.A.
because he uses the money he made to buy a plane ticket, which I had to realize, oh, this is 1990, because back then you probably could get on a plane without an ID.
Oh, I didn't even realize it. I just remember being like, how the fuck are they in L.A.? And then they're at the doctor, and that doctor broke every single HIPAA law known to man. He's like, yep, here's your brother. Yep, here's his name. Here's this. Oh, you don't have any ID on you? It's okay. I trust you.
I trust you.
French accent.
Please don't unholster your leg at me.
He just fucking broke every HIPAA law known. But I don't think HIPAA law was there yet.
HIPAA existed, and this is a little medical information, but HIPAA existed, but it wasn't strengthened until the Obama administration. And then it became a massive criminal offense to break HIPAA.
It was way before the Obama.
It was, during his, that's when we got the most severe penalties for breaking HIPAA.
Yeah. But I think it was even before that. So when I worked at the clinic, everybody has to be HIPAA certified, right?
Yeah.
But then you have, I can't remember what it's called, like a HIPAA chief, a HIPAA master, and that person is like has to go even deeper into fucking HIPAA laws and everything like that. Yeah. It's like, that's you, Brian. And I was like, okay. And it was like scary because like I think there was something like if someone fucks up, I could also get in trouble with the law.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that's not my fault if fucking Anthony just decided to go outside and be like, Carl Winslow, you fucking have AIDS, bro. That's Anthony's fault. I had nothing to do with that. I was off. But I get in trouble for you fucking up like that? Fuck that, man.
I mean, yeah, it does feel a little unfair.
Yeah. So then he meets the sister-in-law, and she's just a fucking royal bitch, dude.
Well, yeah, she doesn't like him at all.
Yeah, well, she's all pissed off that it took him so long to get there, and like doesn't even give him a chance to explain like what he had to go through to get there.
I mean, he was in the Legion.
I'm like, yeah, that I was fighting a war in a different country.
I was fighting for racism.
Yeah. I was doing some shit. I was doing something, saving our country, doing everything like that.
Which,
I had to
now that
fucking
we know
escape.
that term, it just
I'm gonna have
dawned
to
on
do
me.
some more research, But like, it's the whole thing of like, I had to fight homeless people. I haven't showered in 8 weeks. Like,
Yeah.
I'm hanging out with this homeless black guy. We fought a big old gay black buff gang. Like, give me a break, man. And so then I was like, you know what? If that woman acted like that, maybe that's why her husband was into those drugs, and maybe it's her fault.
Which, I mean, at this point when he gets there, his brother is not doing well, and we get the sense he's probably going to die.
Yeah.
Because
but he did die, though. Yeah.
He does
already.
die. I mean, because that's a high likelihood in a lot of those cases, because infection, is a big deal at that point. Your immune system is shot.
Yeah. Well, just give him a little bit of fucking pixie dust, and he would fucking been right up there.
Yeah.
So then it turns out that he can't stay with his sister-in-law because she's a raunchy one. And so it turns out that one lady, who the fuck is that lady?
Okay.
The blonde woman.
The blonde woman, I believe that was that Cynthia, right?
Yeah. So it also turns out that she's fucking bi-coastal living, and she has a gigantic ass high rise, and she allows him to stay in there. But then she took him on that big ass gigantic shopping spree, and they had like the fucking montage of them going to like multiple stores and like them being on dates and everything like that.
Well, yeah, she's just really trying to wine and dine him, and like I can't tell if she wants him to fight or if she wants to.
She wants to hit it, dude.
She wants to fuck. Yeah.
Hell yeah, she does. And so then she's getting down and she's just throwing herself at him, and then that's when he's again, like, after she has spent, I'd say, thousands of dollars on you to fucking look good and everything like that. He's like, I'm not your toy. Talk to Russell, not me. Like, bro, like, it's kind of like her, I want to say her right that you put out. Like, if she took you on that expensive ass date, you need to lay that pipe, bro.
I mean, I'm not going to say you don't have agency, but
yeah.
Once, I mean, would it be the worst experience of your life? I mean, she is a, pretty attractive lady for the 90s.
Hell yeah, there is. And she's all rich as shit too.
Yeah. I mean, is this really going to be torture for you?
Right. Oh, I guess I'll fucking smack that ass. Oh God. I guess I'll let you fucking blow me. Like, there's nothing better than fucking fighting all day long in this tournament and then going and relaxing and getting fucking, dealt.
Yeah. So then he tells her, is this the point where he tells her he wants a fighter's life? Because that's the best way for him to train. So he wants a house to live in, not to live in.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
I remember taking notes on that one somewhere. But no, I think the next one is, I don't know if this is on purpose or not, but I took down a note that there's a scene where like the police are like stalking them and they're trying to find him and everything like that. And then the sister-in-law, they're watching the sister-in-law and they see, like, the police weren't doing very well. They're not even the police. The French Legion, have they ever won any wars? That's another question.
That
hopefully
is a
we don't
great
have
question.
anybody listening in France right now.
All I know is there's a disease named after them, but I don't know anything else other than that.
Like, they're stuck, like, they're literally like right here, and the little girls across the street at school. Then literally across the street is fucking Van Damme, and they don't realize that Van Damme is like fucking 10 yards away from them.
Well, these guys are, these are the guys who are sent by the commander or whoever.
Yeah,
he
the
is.
ones that he fucked up earlier in the fucking movie.
Yeah, and so you're going to send the guys that can't fight him to stop him.
But here's the funny thing. I don't know if this was part of the movie or if it was just happening. In the background, there was like a gang being arrested.
I did not.
In the background, there's a gang being arrested. There's all these fucking kids or like, young adults that are handcuffed and sit on the side of the ground and all this shit, And then,
but okay, so there's like, these guys are going to be following him the entire movie. But I think even they realize that when it comes to like, you're coming with us, he could decide not to. Yeah, he doesn't have to.
If I whooped your ass, and you're like, okay, now you're coming with me, I'll be like, did you see? There's a time the only concert I've ever been into in my life, we got there and it was a little bar, and we ended up getting into a fight, and we fought the bouncers and we won. And the bouncers were like, "Will you guys leave now?" And we're like, "Yes." You asked us politely. That's all you had to do.
Thank you for asking.
Yes, see, we would have left. But then again, there was like all these fucking homeless people everywhere, you know? And then that's when they decided that they were going to have one last fight and like that. And Van Damme goes up to her and he's like, "One last thing." And I was like, oh, he's going to fucking tell her. Now I'm going to fucking smash that ass. You know? But he's like, "One last thing. I want to live like a homeless person."
Yeah, so he has a house or not a house. He has a tiny apartment in the ghetto because he wants to live like a fighter.
Yeah, and he's like, "It's too nice here." And
I guess he just wants to stay hungry. Is the point?
I just want to. He's like, "I want to get stabbed," you know,
literally and figuratively. He wants to be hungry.
Yes, he's like, "Oh, I haven't eaten in 3 days."
Crippling stomach pains.
When your stomach is cramping and you're still doing sit-ups, that counts like 4 times the amount of sit-ups.
Yeah.
Then is this right where they do a montage of fights that he's doing?
Yeah,
right?
He does a bunch of fights. Okay, so the first one he has in LA is the guy in the kilt, right?
I don't even remember. I just took a note that
I distinctly remember it's the guy in the kilt.
There's somebody with a kilt.
Which I thought it was going to be like he shows up, he sees this guy in a kilt, and then just knocks him out real quick. But then the guy in the kilt, like, takes him pretty close to the limit. Like, that guy could actually fight.
Yeah.
It was a surprise.
I was more paying attention because I knew he was going to win. So I was more looking at the background. There was people on roller skates, like, rolling around the garage fight. And you're like, why did you bring that? I was like, "Anthony, grab your fucking skates, bro. Get me to the garage now."
It was the 90s.
I'd be like, why, man? Why do I got to do that?
Remember, we watched the Double O Kid. There's a gang of roller skater gang members.
You want to be in the buff gay black gang, or you want to be in the roller skate gang? God damn it. Those are the only 2 that are available. The other ones are too tough.
The Crips aren't hiring right now.
Dude. And then there's the fight on the racquetball court, and the dude like frog splashes on him, and you're like, that's not a real fight move.
Yeah.
When I was in junior high, there's this kid named Nacho, and he got into a fight. It was the first time he had ever fought, and he got the upper hand. It was a really weak fight, but like I think the kid like doubled over, you know, and so then the kid fell down the ground. And so Nacho jumped up and gave him like a fucking elbow drop, like from wrestling. And then everybody, as soon as he did that move, everybody, like the whole crowd just dispersed and went on fucking their day.
Well, yeah,
we're like, all right, you know around. What?
Now you're playing around.
Nope, that was a real fight move.
That is not a real fight move.
For Nacho, it was. Like I mean, tell you,
if I can go like The Rock before I do an elbow drop.
Dude, I'm not kidding. There was a kid. So I can say both of their full names right now, but the kid's nickname was Nacho. And the funny thing is, like, he was just this tall, skinny white kid. Like you said, you could fight, or he couldn't fight, but he got into a fight with this other kid. And when the kid fell on the ground, instead of like kicking him or something, he like circled to get perpendicular to his body and then just jumped up and gave him a flying elbow. And we're like, okay, guys, fight's done. Like, nobody's going to get hurt with you fucking dropping elbows. Ooh, yeah, man. Yeah. So then from that point on,
really good fight.
In speech class, every time we had a chance, we'd always fucking say, give him a flying elbow. And the teacher's like, why do you guys make that fucking sound every time you guys say a fucking people's elbow or something? And dude, she was so pissed. There's one time we did a story. It was speech. It was about a ghost. And we're like, so next time you see a ghost, give it the flying elbow. Hoi! And the teacher's like, God damn it. We're getting so fucking pissed. I'm not even kidding, dude. So then every fucking one of us. So then we just go back to like the mom, and she just sucks, dude. Like her daughter's like 5 years old. What?
So this is like the point where Lyon is having Joshua secretly give her money under the guise that it's like a payout for the husband.
Oh, yeah. Something around there.
For the husband's,
sometimes
like,
that happened.
Death insurance or something.
Yeah. Like, oh, I thought my husband was just addicted to cocaine. I didn't know he had insurance. Damn.
He had a real job that gave him life insurance, apparently. Because that's what drug dealing does. Yeah, that's weird how that works, right?
Well, I think he was drug buying. I think he was dealing.
But what do you do with the drugs?
Fucking eat them.
He just uses them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then how does he have life insurance?
That's what I'm saying. The wife.
Colonial Penn has really stepped their game up.
I mean, there's just like the mom would just lay like my kid's 11. I don't let him go out front without us. You know, the daughter was 5. The mom's letting her go out front by herself and ride a bike to who fucking knows where. There's all these drug and gang members playing craps on the sidewalk and shit. And the mom's like, all right, just be home before dark. Like,
it was
what?
The 90s.
What the fuck? Yeah. And then there was another fight where it was the pool in like Beverly Hills or something. And they made them wear like one-piece leotards.
Oh yeah, so they like mat off the pool and they're fighting in the pool. Like they're fighting at the end of the pool.
Yeah, like they fucking just emptied the pool a little bit because I was like, "Hey, Anthony,
like water
we're gonna fight together." I'll empty my. And then there was a thing too. Like every time I've tried to drown somebody, like I hold their head underwater for a little bit, and then I make sure that they get up so that they can breathe, and then I put them back under. Then I pull them back up to breathe. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Why? Why don't you? If you're fucking trying to kill them and drown them, fucking do it. Don't just be like, huh, okay, are you okay?
You keep
all right,
going to the bottom until their muscles release, right?
Put you back under. All right, here we go. Yeah. And then let's see. I think the cops, they find him and try to arrest him, but he escapes again. And then he like goes to the hospital and he tells the doctor to not say anything about his broken rib. And then he like gives him like $100 bill. And like it made it seem like it was like
vet, right?
I think he went to the doctor because they had that shady doctor.
They have a shady doctor. Somehow I'm getting these mixed up.
But he like gives him that $100 bill. The doctor's like, hell yeah, I'm fucking retiring, bitch. He was like, it was $100. You can't retire off $100. But the doctor made it seem like it was such a fucking, you know, yes, now the mafia is not going to break my legs. I'm finally going to be able to pay off my fucking mafia bill. Like it like made like his entire day. He's like, yes, thank God. I'm not going to fucking die now. $100. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, so where are we at in the movie now?
The fight people, maybe they meet with the French cops.
Yeah,
they set a plan for Lionheart to get beat up, and then they can take him.
Yeah, so he's gonna fight this guy that they have on tape.
But yeah,
like so like this felt weird, but like, you know, the way like this kind of like a wrestling thing, like, because if things weren't televised in America, if you wanted to know about stuff in other countries, everything was on tape.
But it was also like, I don't know, like the French people went and she's like, all right, we're going to have him fight this one guy. And here's a video of him fighting. If I was those French people, I'd be like, hey, just so you know, he fucked up an entire army by himself and us included. Like, he's a pretty tough guy, you know. I know from firsthand because he whooped my ass. I didn't walk right for fucking 6 months. He beat my ass that bad. And I was the last person he fucked up too. He fucked up 20 people before he fought me. He wasn't even tired. Like, that should be a question. You think that fucking 100 men or one Lionheart would win in a fight? Fucking Lionheart would murder these people.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's the thing, like, I still kind of feel like he had a shot because
Who had a shot?
that Lionheart has a shot in this fight because they're trying to make it seem like this guy's the unstoppable force. But the thing is,
His
guy,
sideburns were unstoppable.
No, yeah, he had a badass mullet and these huge sideburns. He looked like his neck was strong. A strong ass neck. But no, like it kind of reminds me of those fights in the UFC where a guy is not known for being the best fighter. He's known for being able to take a lot of punishment, right?
Some of them back in the day, yeah.
Yeah. This guy felt like that guy.
I don't know, but I noticed, and I haven't seen this movie a lot, you know, but like as an adult, I noticed. So did you notice that when they watched the movie, they were talking about it? Like, this guy likes to toy with his people, you know, and then
like, gas him out.
And then he destroys them. But when she played it for the other people, all of a sudden the tape started getting all wonky and everything. So that way they didn't see the end of the fight. That's how she suckered him in. I think that I put that in my notes somewhere. But I don't know. So then Lionheart goes up to his sister-in-law and he's like, tells her about the fight. And he's like, I want to take you guys out of this bad place. I'd be like, you know what? Unfortunately, like, I don't know. You think that he was trying to smash his sister-in-law?
Maybe.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
Kind of weird. Mustafa,
having your brother's sloppy seconds. That'd be super weird and gross.
That would be very strange. Yeah, I think that was Mustafa, and he was in a bunch of other Van Damme movies.
Really?
Michelle Keezy.
Oh, like there's that funny thing where
he's a stunt guy.
You don't know if it's a compliment or not, but if somebody's like, "Oh, Amferny, you have the biggest dick out of all your brothers." Wait a second. What?
Wait, what?
You know, that's such a fucked up thing to say.
You're a lot smarter than I thought you would be. Like, what? You thought I was stupid? Like,
yeah,
like weird backhanded compliments. But like, okay, so they fly this guy in, and the plan is basically that this guy is gonna beat the shit out of Van Damme, so he can't really get away. And these guys are going to scoop him up and take him.
Yeah, so that's the plan, is that they're going to – the ultimate plan, I mean, I don't think we've got it yet, but basically they are going to bring this big buff dude in who's unstoppable, and they're going to bet all their money on him, but they're going to tell all their friends and family and coworkers to bet on Van Damme.
The house always wins, yeah.
So then the mess up thing was like Lionheart, like it goes back to him being a super nice guy, because then he tells fucking Joshua that he took all of his money out and he bet on himself to win. And then he says that when he does win, he can literally take everybody with him out of the fight game. And you're like, or fuck everybody like that. And like he even mentioned he was going to bring that blonde woman too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to bring the the sister-in-law.
Well, he's going to bring, so far, he wants to bring the sister-in-law, the niece, Joshua, the homeless black guy, and fucking Cynthia, the fucking hot rich woman, and get them out of the fight game. Off of one fight.
I don't think Cynthia needs help getting out of the fight game.
Exactly. He's like, even Cynthia can come along.
Cynthia's very happy.
Exactly. Cynthia made all of her money doing what she's doing.
She's making a mint off of people getting their asses beat.
And you didn't even fucking hit Cynthia and quit it.
No.
You just fucking got all those nice designer pants and left.
Yeah. But, okay, then there's also this weird interaction, because there's this one guy that we meet for, I want to say, a grand total of 4 minutes in the whole movie. This older guy, and he's the only guy who roots for Van Damme in the fight.
Well, because he was told to. You know what I'm saying? Like Cynthia, because then like the fight time comes, but before that, Cynthia's like has this big huge party, like telling these people, hey, fucking vote for Van Damme. He's fucking gonna win. He's gonna win. You know?
Yeah.
And so that guy's rooting for Van Damme, but then it's fight time and fucking.
But he's rooting in such a way that it's not about whether or not Van Damme wins. He wants to be Van Damme's best friend.
He guarantee his wife doesn't know that he's out there gambling. I guarantee the wife was like,
to be Van Damme's best friend. It's weird. Like he's
take the trash out.
Enthusiastic.
Like on Dave Chappelle's show, where she's like, take the trash out and come back up. And he fucking took the money from his girlfriend's purse and then he went down and played craps. And he lost all that money. His girlfriend's going to kick his ass. Yeah, that's exactly what happened with this guy. This guy is like, I need to go on a business trip. And the wife is like, you better not be motherfucking gambling on homeless people fighting. He's like, I don't do that anymore, babe. And so he fucking needs this win, man.
Yes, he does.
If he doesn't get this, he's fucked. And so then when the fight comes, Cynthia and fucking the French cop people are sitting there and she has this shit-eating grin on her face.
Yeah.
And like right there, I was like, dude, you should have fucking smashed it when you had the chance, man. Now you're not going to fucking be able to hit it.
No. I mean, but they're also fighting in like a tent with benched seating, like graduated tiered seating.
Right. If I'm paying top dollar to see these people fight, I want a fucking nice cushioned couch to sit on.
Yeah.
Like at least fucking movie theater seats.
They're sitting in like hard seats.
Yeah, fuck that. They're like a junior high gymnasium, Like
your tailbone hates you.
Like, and then there's something too, like, I love how there's like, oh, they were just toying with him. They're like, they were punching each other, but they were like knuckle slapping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they were taking their fists like this. They were like hitting the top of their hands. I don't care how much time, how much toying you're doing. You always see those dipshits that fucking try to show off. You can only take so many fucking punches until you fucking get knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
So this guy wasn't toying with him. He was just getting his ass whooped. And then he fucking gathers the strength like Hollywood Hulk Hogan. R.I.P. brother. And he fucking comes back and whoops that guy. He tries to come back and fight him.
Yeah. He does. I mean, so like then he gets the upper hand on Van Damme and we get that part where Joshua is telling him, like finally admits to him, I bet against you. And then you get that, just lay down.
Well,
just lay down.
Yes. But it's also the funny thing too, was because what made it happen was that dude stepped on his hand.
Oh yeah.
So he stepped on his hand and then his friend's like, hey man, like it's all on him. And he looks up and he sees that Cynthia. No, wait. He knows that Cynthia was looking all shady and happy. And so he tells his friend Joshua, like, hey, dude, Cynthia bet against me, that dumbass bitch. And then that's when Joshua's like, it's all on him. It's all on him. Stay down, Lionheart. And so then Lionheart gets so pissed that he forgets to move his head when he fights. And he just takes 57 punches right to his face.
Yes.
And so then he...
So you can end up Muhammad Ali at the end of your life.
Just eating. He was hungry. He hasn't eaten. He was living that fighter life. So any knuckle sandwiches he could do, he would fucking do it. And so then his friend's like, it was on her. It's on him. And then he did the infamous line, wrong bet. That's when he said wrong bet. And then he screams like he's in Bloodsport when he was blinded.
Oh, yeah. And then he gets up and he starts wailing on Mustafa, this gigantic dude.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's huge, which I get it. Like, from the optics, this looks like an unfair fight. But the guy doesn't fight. The guy just absorbs pain until you burn out.
Maybe it was like Homer Simpson, where like his skull is like, what is it, 3/4 inch thicker than anybody else's, so he can take punches nonstop.
I mean, maybe.
So then, what was even more fucked up is Van Damme beats this dude's ass, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so literally,
launch him into the stands.
Yeah, he kicks him, and then he beats this dude's ass. And as soon as the fight's over, they're like, "Head behind your back, fucking Lionheart. You're coming with us." Really? You couldn't wait fucking 5 minutes? Like, you saw me just fuck this guy up. Like, let me
Yeah.
fucking rest, for a second,
Yeah, really.
And then he instantly like, fuck that. Then he starts walking and he goes up to Joshua and like forgives him. I'd say, fuck you, punk. You ain't shit. And then he still fucking wants to bring Joshua with him. I'd say, fuck you. Take your winnings and go fucking live with Cynthia.
This is why I'm saying that Van Damme in this movie is just like a super nice guy. Like I just root for him. He's a little naive, but he's a nice guy.
Yeah, but then
he's got the secret weapon to get out of going back with these Legion guys, because he goes back to the house and he's like, let me just go in and say goodbye to my family. And it's like, if you have an ounce of heart, you're gonna be like, oh, he disappeared, I can't find him.
Dude, no, fuck that. Those French cops were serious about bringing him back to fucking town. But then all of a sudden, so Joshua just decides, like, you know what? I am homeless. I could fucking move anywhere. So he just moves to LA and agrees to take care of fucking the sister-in-law and the niece.
Yeah.
That's fucking creepy and weird.
Kind of weird.
And so the cops are like, get in the car. And he's like, okay, I guess I'll go peacefully. Excuse me. So he fucking gets in the car and the cops fucking peel out like they're in a race. Like, and they fucking drive off, and then they turn the corner and they slam on the brakes and they're just like, get out. And like, if I was Van Damme, like, I'd be very appreciative that, you know what, you do have a heart and you're going to let me out. But I'd be like, can you fucking turn around and just drop me off? Like, you saw me fight, right? Like, I'm in pain. My body needs fucking, I don't know, it needs some Gatorade. Yeah. I need to take a bath. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm hurt really bad. Like, the least amount of walking and running and anything like that, I would really appreciate it.
Yeah.
But they're like, get out, walk back to the house, And then he goes back and fucking, he probably ended up banging his sister-in-law.
I mean, they did make like subtle overtures when she finally does calm down a little bit about, how long it took him to get there, that more or less that there's a spark there, but it's weird to address that in this movie because, like you're picking up your brother's wife.
Your dead brother.
Your dead brother's wife. It's very biblical, but it doesn't
like
really.
That movie, what? Brothers.
Yeah. It's
with
a little
Tobey
odd.
Maguire.
It's all kind of odd.
I couldn't do it.
I mean, there's even, like, from what I've heard, there's even like a code when you talk about like professional wrestlers that it's taboo to, date or marry somebody else's ex-wife or whatever.
Yeah, right, dude. I'd fuck the shit out of China. Well, I can't say just kidding now because then China will come and beat me up. Is she still alive or did she die?
No, she died. She overdosed.
Okay, then. Oh, well, R.I.P. China. That
was
a joke.
On, season 1 or season 2 of Celebrity Rehab.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Do you have to go to rehab for fucking taking steroids?
No, but there is a lengthy recovery process once you stop taking them.
Weird.
Yeah, I mean, so that being said, I love what was it we watched? The Glimmer Man, but that was because that there are elements in that are just a complete shit show, and it's so entertaining. But this one nails the characters, nails the tone. It kind of like, it doesn't feel like it's one thing. It's a little bit of military, a little bit of fighting. I genuinely enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, dude. I love all of these fucking old movies.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, like watching them, like when we were kids, like I was like, God, that's fucking amazing. Like, Bloodsport, Best of the Best. Fucking, I still cry if I watch Best of the Best, when fucking, I tried to name my kid Dahan, but my wife was like, we're not naming your fucking kid Dahan. And I was like, what? Like, It's really fucked up. Yeah, I want to name my kid Dahan because how fucking amazing of a fighter he was, you know? But now as an adult, you go back and you watch and you're just like, oh man, those fight scenes compared to fight scenes nowadays, you're just like, damn.
It was
back in the day,
brutal.
like I said, even that fucking The Last Dragon, there's so many cool fight scenes. Now you watch it, you're just like, what the fuck?
There is something to a Jean-Claude Van Damme roundhouse kick that the way they film it, when it lands, it looks like it's going to kick your head off your neck.
Yeah, the tornado kick. Every dude, the first year I got into Taekwondo, they're like, okay, all you need to work on is like these little nerdy kicks. I was like, nope, I'm going straight to the fucking tornado kick. They're like, you can't do a tornado kick. That's not even a fucking thing. And I was like, I'm just going to do that. That's the only thing I'm going to practice. It's nothing but tornado kicks. Yeah, I didn't win a single tournament my entire life because all I was doing was 150 tornado kicks in every fight. It was like you were playing Mortal Kombat and all you do is hit down and low kicks. So all you do is sweep. That was me. I was just doing nothing but tornado kicks over and over and over and over and over again. He was like, I've never scored a single point. I don't even know what it's like to hit anybody. You never landed a single one. Well, next fight I will.
That is fair. There is so much wind up on that kick that if you were in a real fight with somebody who understands range, that like you're not going to land.
No, I think I've knocked people out with my background spin kick. I've done some really, really mean damage with it.
Okay, yeah, but that's not a tornado kick, though.
But it's the same thing, you know?
There's so much wind up on that tornado kick.
Except instead of kicking, so in Taekwondo, they teach you to, like, stay tight when you're doing your kicks and shit like that, you know? So, like Kung Fu, for instance, how, like, when they do their kicks, their arms are like this, you know, because it's showing them. You know, like, it's a beautiful art. But Taekwondo, like, when you do your kicks, you keep your arms tucked in so that way they can't kick you. And so the tornado kick, when he jumps up and does the splits, instead of jumping up and doing the splits, like you keep one of your legs tucked and your other one flails out and kicks him. You know, that's That's pretty mean kick though. That's why you're just like, fuck, if that did connect. And then you can only eat one of those. But Van Damme was just doing those kicks nonstop. You're just like, dude, enough Van Damme. He's not going to make it. He's doing like 5, 10, 15 tornado kicks in a row. And you're just eating all those? God damn.
Got a tough head.
Dude, at some point, it'd be like, fuck, Van Damme's foot hurts. Kicking so many people in the face like that. God damn. But beautiful movie. Fucking still love it.
It is. It stands the test of time.
Mm-hmm. So,
yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you for listening, and we will talk to you next time.
Word up.